Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk Fringe. And we are here at the season 1 finale. This season has kind of flown by. I know I've got many seasons to go, but I feel like we've hit this first milestone quickly. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I'm super curious to see how we end this season off, whether we're left with any big cliffhangers for season 2. I know all of you are telling me season 2 is where this show really gets crazy and wild and awesome, so I'm excited to see the lead into that. But we've already had a lot of wild, crazy, awesome stuff happen on this show. Last episode, Olivia was having these, I don't know how to explain it, but she was sort of shifting between two realities almost. There was one where there was just a single victim in the case of the week. There was another where both twins died at the same time in the same place. Almost like we've got two split realities. We've talked about two different worlds on this show. One that's slightly more advanced time-wise from ours, but I don't think that's what we were talking about with Olivia last episode. So we're doing all sorts of crazy things with the multiverse, different worlds, different perceptions. We now know that Olivia definitely was part of this study of Cortexifan back in the early 80s, run by Belle and Walter, and there may be some latent powers revealing themselves. We've seen other subjects, other test subjects, and their abilities, whether they've got very contagious emotions or whether they're pyrokinetic. All of Olivia's abilities, whether you want to call them normal or paranormal, seem to be with intuition. That's what makes her a really good agent. Maybe, but the stuff that's started appearing this season has aided her in that. She had John Scott's memories in her mind, so she was having his memories. Now she's got these views of a parallel world that lead her in interesting directions. So she's got a super gut instinct or something, and we know Jones has been wanting to sort of pull that out of her. Jones and Loeb wanted to help her discover her powers, save her. She's going to be a warrior in the coming battle between these two worlds, of which only one can survive, if you believe ZFT. Now, the interesting thing about ZFT is we think Belle wrote it, but I think we need to analyze what's going on with Walter a little. Walter has very fragmented memories of his time before going into the mental institute, and he didn't remember making the teleportation device, but he's also couching his memories. He's not telling us everything. It took a while for him to admit that he was involved in the study of Cortexifan with Olivia, but we saw that footage of him interacting with a young Olivia back in the early 80s. He says Belle must have written this manifesto because we've matched the typewriter with the raised letter Y. But is it possible Walter wrote it? That he and Belle wrote it together? I feel like Walter may be more culpable for some of these things than he'd like us to believe. Which doesn't negate the fact that he's well-intentioned now, but I think a lot of this show is going to be his redemption arc for many of the terrible things he did in the name of scientific progress in the past. It's fun to speculate, but this show has proven to me time and time again that speculation is most often fruitless, and it goes in directions I wasn't expecting, which is great. That means it's keeping the audience on its toes, that it's subverting expectations, that it isn't following trope and cliche. So I'm excited to see what happens in this episode. So let's jump into it, guys. This is episode 20 of season 1, and it's called There's More Than One of Everything, including worlds.
There's something else.
What? Oh yeah, Nina got shot.
They shoot the night guy. They replace him. Then this guy comes in, and they all head upstairs.
Was that the Observer? Yep. Is it?
And it goes black for 4 minutes.
What did he do to her?
Whatever it was, it only took him 4 minutes.
Who is he?
Could be the Observer, but...
Check out the camera. We can do it here. Check out the camera. We can do it here. Check out the camera. We can do it here.
Yeah. Okay. It's Jones. He almost looked like the Observer for the second.
Now, at this point, I don't care how powerful William Bell is or how deep his political connections go. He is not above the law.
Dunham, I came in here to begin making the calls I'm going to need to make in order to get the interview that we both agree is necessary.
Okay. Do we finally get to meet Bell then?
Nina Sharp is out of surgery.
She's gonna live. 3.141.
I went to check on him this morning. His bed wasn't even slept in. I thought he'd worked here all night.
I thought he went home with you last night.
And Walter's abducted. Or he, not abducted, but he went with the Observer.
Do you think he left because of what I said?
You got him off guard. And I understand you had your reasons for saying what it is that you had to say. And I know he understands that, too. Don't worry about it. He's probably back at the hotel right now, working his way to the bottom of a pine of rocky road.
Or he's going to another parallel world. Is this the wife cemetery? I feel like we were here at night the last time.
You're lucky. Not too many gunshot victims come through this way have Kevlar parts in the ribcage. What did he do to your arm?
Her arm has been malfunctioning lately.
Get me Agent Dunham. I need to speak with her right away.
Are we sure that that's Jones? He's going full Invisible Man here. What are we doing? Oh, we're setting up the teleporter again. I think.
Well, it's true. Jones used to work for William Bell 15 years ago, but he was
Okay.
let go.
Why?
The details are not important. Suffice to say that
they're
Jones
important.
felt spurned by the rejection. Jones always felt that he was special and that no one recognized that. Certainly not William. Over the past few weeks, his calls have become rather extreme.
You've been in contact with a known felon?
It was an internal matter.
Then Bell needs to come in. We need to put him into protective custody.
Not possible.
Why not? Where is he?
I don't know.
How long has he been missing?
I haven't seen William Bell for months. He's been communicating with me strictly electronically. Stop, Jones. And I will personally arrange a meeting between you and Bell.
What did he do to you in the elevator?
Mm-hmm.
He stole a very powerful energy cell that Dr. Bell hid within my arm.
Okay. Okay, it's radioactive. Is that what she had in her arm? That's the energy cell? What will this do? How is no one concerned that there's like 3 guys setting up weird stuff in the middle? What's gonna happen to the bridge? Oh, we're messing with...
Coordinate tracking is complete, sir. You can increase sonic
Reassembler? Yeah, okay, I mean... Yeah, what are we doing? We're stealing a truck from one place.
It's not working. They're still separated. We can't hold it open.
Okay. Fun, fun. So where'd we steal that truck from? Or when?
Try again, please.
So we know Jones escaped from the hospital. It looked like he just sort of blew a hole through the wall. So what my first instinct then was that he sort of got some sort of superpowers, but what's happening to him? And what's he trying to do now?
Do you recognize this?
How did you get that?
Lucky coin? What do we got?
This coin looks similar to the one you are thinking of, but it is from another place. There is more than one of everything.
Okay, there's our title. Leonard
Too
Nimoy.
much, I'm not supposed to get involved. Do you remember what you have to find?
Huh. What does Walter have to do here? I thought he was going to the other world. I mean, maybe they already are. That could be the other world. But what's in that house? Oh, okay.
Hello?
Did he speak to anyone, or has anyone recently contacted him that you've never heard of before?
No? Should I be concerned?
Should she be? You think Jones has something to do with his disappearance?
Are you sure it was a mask and not bandages?
Yeah, more like bandages.
Needing the witness. But yeah, okay.
Massive Dynamic maintains access to all the cameras we manufacture. This security footage was from the local commuter train station.
This is near a beach house that we own.
Okay.
Walter used to love it up there because it's quiet. I'd rather go up there and bring him back myself.
Still don't trust Nina an inch.
The truck isn't registered in New York or anywhere else. The VIN number, the serial part numbers, they don't exist.
What does that mean?
It's from another
The
world.
truck was never made.
Or hasn't been made yet.
Where the hell did it come from?
The future. Still inflated. That's wrong. Not going to show Mom, just in case we cast her in the future.
Walter?
Call him Dad. Oh, there he is.
I'm looking for something. I think it might be in this house.
What are you looking for?
I just can't recall, son. That's the thing.
Well, nothing comes out of nowhere, Agent Dunham.
And where does it come from?
I think you already know that. And I think you already suspect where William Bell is.
Is Bell in the other,
Stop playing
the
games
other
with
world?
me. Tell me where he is, or I assure you I will turn this world over looking for him.
The world. It's not the one you need to be looking in.
Well, that's just the problem, Agent Dunham. William Bell is not in this world.
Yeah. All right. I'm following.
You're saying that William Bell disappeared into a different universe?
Just another version of this planet.
Have you ever had deja vu?
Multiverse.
It's possible some individuals may be able to do more than just see into the other world.
That's what Jones is using the energy cell for. He's trying to cross over, to get to Bell.
Where?
Okay. Do they all get the same call?
Walter?
And I have finished it. I don't know where to look outside. It's important to look at. There it goes.
Walter, where are you going? Walter!
Oh.
I'd stand out here on the beach for hours, looking at the ocean. And on Saturdays, I'd always wake up just before my alarm. I could smell the pancakes, which meant that you were here.
I made them in the shape of whales. I remember. Thank you. I know why I'm here.
What are we looking for?
I know where it is.
Is it in the pancake mix?
Okay, so tell me exactly what you saw.
Oh, jeez.
Standing there by the field, sort of shimmered, like a heat wave, you know?
And did anyone see Jones?
No. How does something like that happen?
He ends up
Let's assume that Jones is trying to
Go
make
to the
this
other
doorway
world.
into another universe.
Why here? I mean, first New York, now here. What do they have in common?
Well, the coordinates were wrong in New York. So can we assume he went through?
I want you to go through our database and cross-reference any incidents connected to science, biology, or unexplained phenomenon, and have the file sent to my office, please.
Dating back how far?
All of them.
Send me the X-Files. Okay. Every case. There's going to be a pattern. It's going to be a something or other. What she's seeing.
Walter, tell me what you're looking for.
Old LPs? That's where he hid the chapter from ZFT.
It's still here. I was beginning to be afraid.
Oh, there's the other quarter. So there's probably this beach house in the other world too. What's in it?
It's locked.
This is a record of all local incidents related to the pattern. These are the spots where Jones used his device. That can't be a coincidence.
So what does it mean?
What exactly is that?
When Billy and I were younger men, we regularly ingested large quantities of LSD.
You don't say.
We became convinced what we saw while on the drug was real. Another world, just like ours, but slightly different. Populated by slightly different versions of ourselves.
Okay.
How to get there without LSD?
Bell's experiments with Cortexifan.
Yes. He theorized that properly nurtured, these abilities could be heightened, intensified. His subjects may be able to travel from here to there.
Over there.
Yeah.
Around this time, something was lost to me, Peter. Something precious. And I could take from there what I had lost here. You have to find the right place first.
Finding the right place to cross over is the key. Dr. Bell once posited that our world has soft spots, places where the fundamental constants of nature have begun to decay. As a result, in these particular areas,
it's easier to go through.
He could effectively break through.
Of course, there's a problem opening a hole to another reality. That would also allow things from there to pass over here.
Like the Observer. Or technology.
Also built a plug. Actually,
Of
more
course.
patch. This is that patch, Peter. This is what I had to find.
Well, do you know where it is?
Yes. Yes, I do, Peter.
Okay.
Raiden Lake.
We have to identify another soft spot, then we'll know where he's going.
Everything's going to converge.
Do you remember?
Raiden Lake.
Wait.
These lines aren't exactly straight. I'm not sure I buy their analysis, but okay. For storytelling purposes, it works.
Come on, man.
So Jones wants to open the hole. Walter wants to plug it.
We don't have much time.
After all these years, what's going to happen if we're not on time?
I don't know. My friend came and he said we must. It only comes when it's a dire consequence.
And what friend would that be?
The bald one.
The man who attacked me in the woods.
He must have had a very good reason.
What else aren't you telling me, Walter?
Lots, I'm sure. But none of it's relevant.
What did he want from the other world? His wife?
You may not remember this. When you were a boy, you were very sick and dying. Sometimes you got scared. To forget what you were going through, you took to collecting coins. And this was your favorite.
You're right. I don't remember any of that.
Oh, okay. We're all here. We're all here.
We're trying to plug a hole in the universe. What are you doing here?
Apparently the same thing.
But how did you...
Oh, no.
Oh.
Keep going, please.
Stay here.
They'll need this to close the portal to prevent him from going over.
Give it to me, I'll do it.
Twist this.
Oh. Are we already interfering with it?
Jones? Don't move!
Did we work?
Goodbye, Agent Dunham.
Jones?
Jeez.
It may be killing me, but in the meantime, it's made me something rather special.
Soon Dr. Bell will see just how special I am.
Get him!
Did we just cut him in half? Oh. Okay, so Jones is presumed dead. So we can just...
Under normal circumstances, I would ask you when I can expect your report.
Trust Nina as an ally now?
In this case, I find myself at a bit of a loss. We've been told to cease and desist our investigation into William Bell.
By whom?
The kind of people that when they give you an order, you don't question it.
What's wrong? Stepping out for a bit. Don't worry about me, son. I know where I'm going. That is the first time he's ever written a note. I think our little boy is growing up.
He stole Peter from the other world. He stole Peter, not his wife. Peter's from the other world. Does that mean there's a Walter on the other side who wants him back?
You held up your end of the bargain. Now I'd like to hold up mine. Would you mind coming to Manhattan tomorrow? I don't mean to sound overly cautious, but I think you'll soon understand why we'll want to keep this between us.
Whoa. What was that about? That didn't happen for no reason. That definitely didn't happen for no reason. Where's Nina? No show? What's going on?
What do you mean she's out of the country?
What's going on? Don't trust this guy. Don't trust anyone in a random in an elevator. What was that about? We don't show randoms. Which world are we in right now?
Right this way.
Or was she in the other world at lunchtime? What's going on? Talk about unreliable here. Oh, new White House. I'm guessing I know who this is. We're definitely focusing on that notebook.
I've been waiting quite a long time for this.
I love that voice.
Where am I? Who are you?
The answer to your first question is... it's very complicated. The answer to your second...
is easy.
I'm William Bell.
We're in the World Trade Center. Wow. Yeah, it's a different world. So we actually got a ton of answers there, but it also does a lot to clarify exactly what we've been hinting at for large chunks of this season. There are two worlds. It seems like there's only two, or at least there's only two that we can go between. Deja vu gives you a glimpse, LSD lets you look in, but there's soft spots in the world that, if manipulated properly, allow you to actually travel through. And Mr. Jones just wanted to travel to the other one to get to Bell and prove his worth, I guess? Kind of a sad end for Jones, frankly. I was hoping he'd turn into a larger adversary, but I wonder if we're done with him. Yeah, we cleaved him in half by closing the portal, but there's two of him, presumably. There's more than one of everything. But here's the really the huge mind-blowing thing is Walter's gone across. And he went across for one very specific reason. He lost his young son. He lost young Peter who collected coins. And so he decided to go to the other world and steal that Peter. And that's the Peter we know. So Peter's from the other world, which is why he doesn't remember collecting coins, because he's not that one. And the Observer is presumably from the other world, and the Observer certainly knows about Peter, but he's allowing Walter to keep him. Why? I mean, is there a Walter? When do we start getting into there being interaction? Like, there's a Walter on the other side. There's probably an Olivia on the other side. There was a Peter on the other side that we brought over here. Why aren't there two Bells in the other world now? You know what I mean? What's going to happen now that we have this, and Olivia's been pulled over by Bell, presumably. Not sure exactly what. There were some weird things in the lead up to Olivia being pulled over that seemed random, but you wouldn't include in a TV show. You wouldn't write them down and film them unless they were relevant. There was the near miss when she was driving the truck into New York. She swerved. There was, Nina skipped the lunch appointment. She ended up being out of country. There was the random guy on the elevator, and the elevator opened on another floor. And then she suddenly ended up in the World Trade Center, which is the confirmation we need that we are, in fact, in another version of the world. A different 9/11 world, maybe, because the headline said the new White House, so maybe the White House got taken out in 9/11 instead, or who knows. But, yeah, man. So I've been wondering the whole time, what's up with Bell? Is Bell dead and Nina's covering for him, or what? Not quite. Bell's been on the other world, and it's Leonard Nimoy. It's Spock. How freaking cool is that? How did I not know that Spock was in this show? Well, presumably, he's going to become a regular, or at least a frequent guest star going forward. So that's something to look forward to in season 2. Nina recovered very rapidly for someone who was shot center mass, but she's got Kevlar. She's half cyborg, and she had some sort of radioactive power source that was just sort of stored in her arm because, of course. I'm fascinated by the Walter stealing Peter thing, because what happens when Peter figures that out? If Peter ever figures that out. I mean, it's not surprising, frankly, that Walter is crazy now with all the secrets he's been hiding, the things he knows that nobody else knows or believes. But yeah, man, I am psyched for season 2. The curtain has been pulled back. We've properly revealed this this new foundational information. I don't know what we're going to call them, whether it's, World 1, World 2, or, two sides of the same coin, or who knows what. But I look forward to learning more. I look forward to a conversation with Belle. I still need to know what happened in the final 5 minutes of this episode. There was weird things happening there that will have relevance. I just have no idea what that relevance is yet. But yeah, this is very much a moment kind of equivalent to, is this like the reveal of the Dharma Initiative on Lost? Something along those lines. We're just like, this changes everything. We've been hinting at this for a while, but now it was spelled out for us. Spelled out quite cleanly and nicely, in network television fashion. Which is fine. These are the new ground rules. This is exactly what it's all about. But once again, the investigation into Bell has been shut down. So, obviously that comes from high up, but how high up and by whom exactly? Yeah, I'm super curious about next season, guys. I can't wait for it. Next week, we'll be jumping right into it. So, do all those fun things that help me out with the algorithm if you don't mind. It really does help. And until next week, everybody, take care. Stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.